Well, after a disappointing playoff final heartbreaking yesterday's episode, I am more determined now and ever that this season we will get promoted to Tier 9, but just need to build a good enough squad. Hello, welcome to part 14 of Flight to the Prem with British Airways. In today's episode, we've got a rebuild, I want to say, but I wouldn't class it as a rebuild because we do have quite a few players staying. I can't remember who, but we'll find out who. But let's take a look at end of season review. As you can see, we did win the Challenge Cup. I'm not going to read the full name. If you want to, the name's on the screen now. It's called the whatever it's called. It's just called the Challenge Cup. That's what I'm going to call it. But we did win that. Obviously, lost in the player final. Absolutely heartbreaking, but that's football for you because you can't get everything you want. But I'm sure we'll go up this season. I'm sure we will. But let's take a look at some of our. Well, let's take a look at all of them. I'll just give you my review of them. Obviously, Beltot's still a very good sentiment. I think we've offered him a new contract, but that's something for us to find out soon. He's an average rating of 7.18. That's absolutely brilliant, that is. I'm not sure if he is sticking around. I'm not sure if he'll be a starter for us or a backup. I'm not sure. That remains for us to find out. Then Cornick, absolutely, he's a good player. A backup, but a very good backup. 13 assists, 7 goals. That's 20 goal contributions. That's absolutely amazing. And Dan White, absolutely brilliant. If he is out of contract, which he isn't, I would love to extend this loan, but I very much doubt that's going to be possible. Then Osborne, it was an okay play. He did get 11 goal contributions, which is more than what I thought he got. I thought he got at least, thought he got under 10, but that's absolutely superb. He was a good player. Didn't start a great deal of games, but a good backup. Billy Carter, he was an all right player. I mean, we might sign him, we might not. We probably sure there's a better right backs out there, but he was literally a emergency loan signing. Then Sims, he was pretty rubbish, wasn't he? I don't think he played that many games. 18 games, 15 from the bench, 10 goal contributions, which from a left back, not too shabby. Then 8 fans is absolutely fantastic player. Did get hit with quite a few injuries, but he will be sticking around with us for next season. Then Boswell, he was literally just an emergency signing. And Paul that Brig, absolutely a fantastic goalkeeper. Don't think he's sticking around with us. I don't think we've signed him to a new contract, but find out about that one. And Tamplin, absolutely superb player. Still hasn't renewed his contract with Deal Town, so there's always a chance we could sign him. Then Collison, absolutely a superb player. Again, another one who I wouldn't mind signing because he can make it. He could step up into Tier 9 if we get there this season. Then Mansford, absolutely terrible. We won't talk about him. Same with Warner, absolutely terrible. Mason, he didn't start a game. He scored 1 goal though, so that's good. Cohen, not a bad player. Again, alone, who does look pretty decent. Could potentially step up into Tier 7, so he might be one to look out for in the future. Then Bridge, he was a backup, but he did play quite a lot of games actually. Then he was literally he was an emergency left winger. He really was, but he played quite well. Then board expectation was not reach a playoffs. It was actually top half because I showed you that in the last episode. It was definitely reach a top half then, but we did get the playoffs. So we lost in the final, which is not the end of the world, but it would have been nice to go up, but just wasn't to be in the end. I think if we had won a couple more games, or actually did double over, wouldn't he? It might have been a different story, but the own goal was to decide that. Then FA Vars and Challenge Cup, obviously we won the Challenge Cup. FA Vars we lost against Thameset in the first qualifying round. But it'd be nice to go on a bit of a cup run in the FA Vars this season. We'll try and do that instead of going for the Challenge Cup, but it's not always guaranteed. And our biggest win this year was a 5-1 win over St. Panther and the Amen. Our match to remember was our 4-2 win over Bagshot. Then goal of the season went to the Bridge. I'm actually surprised about that. Let's take a look at that goal because I don't actually remember that goal, but let's see what it's like. So 71st minute, Ricky Bridge, goal of the season. Let's see what this one's like. I suspect it's going to be just a, oh, hang on, from the right hand side, Bridge. Oh, what a bullet that is. Right into the top left-hand corner. I totally thought Sartorius was going to get goal of the season, but no. Ricky Bridge totally forgot about that goal. So reputation stayed the same. Annual revenue has gone up a little bit in the corporate hospitality, competition prize money, and match day commercial retail. Gone up significantly in there. Sponsorship has stayed the same. It's not red. It should be like an amber because it hasn't dropped down, hasn't gone up. The broadcast revenue, there isn't any down at this level. I don't know why it's showing that. Then our best 11 for this year was Paul at Brigham goal, a back four of Carter, Collison, Cohen, and Sims, Toxel and Taplin, Moore, Sartorius, Francis, then White up front. A very good team that is, I must admit. If we had started that team in the player final, we might have gone up, but Francis was injured, so you can't blame him for that. But it's a good season all round. I mean, this guy looks quite good. This guy does, but he is 34 and aging, so I don't really want to sign him. 273 followers, an additional 121 followers from last season. That is very good. Only 14 season ticket holders. That's well, I mean that's pretty to be expected down at this level. Let's see what the board want us to do. They want us to play attacking football, possession football, make the most of set pieces, play entertaining football, play high tempo pressing football. That's fine. Work within the wage budget. Obviously, my contract expires at the end of this season. I think all my contracts are just going to be 1-year contracts for the time being. Let's discuss the plans for the next season. I don't actually know what they want us to do, so I think we'll just say playoffs. Yeah, that's good. They've agreed with that. I was getting slightly nervous about that. I've got nothing else to talk to you about. Have a great holiday. See some of you when you get back from your holidays. Umber, he's an interesting player because he's a good player. Don't get me wrong, but will he want to sign a new contract? Who is actually out of contract? So we've got all the loan players expiring. I wouldn't mind trying to get White down to another loan. I don't know why. I think I was trying to extend this loan. Let's just go. Can we just go star player? See if they accept that. If not, we'll look for another striker or another two strikers. Obviously, I don't think there's any other loans I'm interested in doing again. Maybe Cohen, but he is available. I do think we signed him because at the end of the season he was absolutely superb. Maybe, how tall is he? 6 foot. Maybe his future is at a left back. That is probably his best position, I think. It does say so. There's always a chance we could sign him. I don't think there's any other loan players we were interested. Maybe Tamplin. We still don't know what his future is like. And Collison, two very good players. I'm not sure who else is out of contract that's notable. Obviously, Omba, but is he? When does his promise expire? 141 days. I think Omba might be leaving. Yes, Omba might be leaving. That could be a problem because his promise expires in 141 days. His contract runs out in a month, so I don't think Omba is staying. I think that's the most notable player that will be leaving. The rest of them, yeah, they're pretty rubbish. So as well, the players staying for next season. Toxel, a good player, 3 stars of current ability, that's fine. Spencer Moore, Sartorius, Francis, and Sims has started. I didn't realize he was staying. Wow. Did not see that one at all. He just saw. Oh yeah, I must have offered him a new contract. Didn't realise that at all. But looks like he could be a decent player. Still got bags of potential. So I'm quite happy with keeping him around. Still only young, so that is all fine. I think we do accept it. It doesn't really matter. He's going to be leaving us anyway. So I think we'll probably just jump straight forward to the 1st of July. I don't think we're going to sign any players before then. I think we'll just wait until everyone gets released and we can bring in loads of trialists and hopefully sign some of them. It's currently the 9th of June. I know I said I was going to come back July, but we have started business early. We've got 2 new players coming in. One of them is Manny Shotaru. He is a 27-year-old English centre attacking mid, can play on the left side as well, but we brought him primarily to play in the attacking midfield role, probably backup or starter. So he's coming from Fisher on a free transfer. Good County League plays. Arguments for sakes, he's too good for this league, but he looks like he's going to be a very good player for us, I think, in the future. Their next signing is Ollie Box. He's a 20-year-old English left winger, 3.5 stars current ability, 5-star potential, good County League player, but potentially regional first. I think that's tier 7, tier 8? No, tier 7. Tier 8 or 7, one of the tiers, I think. It could be a very good player in the future. We have signed him from Dartford on a free transfer, so it looks like a very decent player. Very happy with those 2 signings. We did have, obviously, we did come on trial, but obviously, you know about him. We tried to get him, he wasn't interested in signing a contract, so at the moment, that's the only 2 players that have signed for us for next year. We have also offered a new contract to Paul Atbrink, which he has accepted. I'm sure we will plan on getting another goalkeeper in, because just a bit of a healthy competition. You can never have too many goalkeepers in the squad, but at the moment, this is who is saying for next season. Paul Atbrink, Totsil, Moore, Sartorius, Francis, Sims, then the 2 new boys, Box and Shotaru. So, and unfortunately, Dan White not interested in extending his loan. Neither is Ray and Cohen. He's not interested in speaking to us. So, I expect we're probably not going to see those loanies ever again, unless by some miracle they do want to extend their loan. But it's very slim chances. So, I think I'm probably going to come back just around beginning of July. Obviously, we'll let all the players leave the club. Then we'll bring in some trialists, and we'll see who signs the contract from the first bunch of trialists. Hopefully, it's a lot. Possibly. Let's find out. Well, it's currently the 9th of July. I've got to be honest with you. I brought in a load of trialists. None of them have signed. We've still got 1 player, hopefully, we're waiting on, but as you can see, about 1 million other clubs are also in for him, so chances of us getting him, very slim, but actually, we'll take a look at all the trials I've actually signed. I think we can take a look at that. So that's all the trialists we signed. None of them wanted to join us, which is extremely upsetting, but other than that, we've only signed 2 players so far. The season starts in a month, but anyway, this is what the squad currently looks like. We'll do it by that way, so we don't have all the grayed out players. So we've only got 12 players. We need, at the very minimum, 10 more players. Actually, no, not 10 more players, 14, because we've got some grayed out players. I'm not sure why they're in there. I presume they're in there just to make up the numbers for the friendlies, because we don't have enough. This is going to be quite interesting, but hopefully it gets a bit better. But at the moment, we're loads of players short. I know what players we need, and at least one for every position, I think. But yeah, things are going to get interesting at the moment. So, oh, I thought this. I didn't think this would be a struggle, but obviously with us being stuck down in tier 10, it's always going to be a struggle until we get higher up, where then it might be a little bit easier to sign players. But hopefully, by the time the first game of the season comes around, I should have ideally at least at the bare minimum, a 20-man squad. Wish me luck. Well, it is the first day of the brand new season. I've got a bit of confession to make. I have not got a 20-man squad together. I've only signed 18 players, so we've only got an 18-man squad. But bearing in mind, we've still got we can sign players whenever we feel like it. But this transfer window, I'm not gonna lie, it's probably been one of the most hardest transfer windows ever, because we offer players contracts, but then they just sod off to other clubs. Then when we do decide to offer a player contract, they want £100 a week. I mean, financially, we're not at that sort of point yet. So we were trying to offer like 50 quid a week. They weren't having any of it. So these are the players that we have signed so far in today's episode. So start off with the two that we signed on the back end of last season. First up is Ollie Box. He's a 20-year-old English left winger, 3.5 stars of current ability, 5-star potential. He's a leading player for this league, potentially regional first, which I think is tier 7 or tier 8, one of them tiers. Their net signing is Manny Shodaru. He is a 28-year-old English centre attacking mid, obviously 3.5 stars, but obviously he's not really trained up as a attacking midfielder, which we will do that. We'll start that as soon as possible. He's a leading player for this league. We signed him from Fisher on a free transfer. Then moving on to this season, first up being Declan Niche. He is a 28-year-old English centre mid, 3 stars worth of current ability, leading player for this league. We signed him from Norwich United on a free transfer. Their net signing is Ibi Olateju. He is a 18-year-old English striker, can play right or left-sided, but preferably he is a striker. 2 stars of current ability, 5-star potential. He's a good player for this league, potentially regional first division, which is tier 7 again, which not a bad player. He comes in on a free transfer from Cheltenham. Did not see that. He's actually made 4 appearances for Cheltenham in League 2, by the way, which does suggest he's going to be a decent player for us. Next up is Rowan Smith. He is a 22-year-old English right back, 3 stars of current ability, 5-star potential, leading player for this league, but potentially County League. We have signed him on a free transfer from Risborough Rangers. Actually came through the youth team of Crystal Palace, so not a bad place to start your career at. Then next up is Danny Smith, or otherwise known as Smudger. He's a 33-year-old English left back, 2 stars worth of current ability, good player for this league. We have signed him from K Sports on a free transfer. Most importantly, formerly of #United and Tilbury, so he's only going to be a backup, but what a player he was. Next up is Uros Markovic. He's a Slovenian goalkeeper, 18 years old, 2.5 stars of current ability, 5-star potential, leading player for this league, but potentially regional first division. We have signed him on a free transfer from Eastleigh, so another one who's come from a Vanarama club, so not too bad. Then next up is Sam Flatt. He is a 18-year-old centre back, 2.5 stars current ability, 5-star potential, good player for this league, potentially tier 7 sort of player. He's come in on loan from Wimborne for the entire of this season. Actually, the next 5 players are loans. Their next up is Jason Stringfellow, 18-year-old English centre-back, 2 stars of current ability, 5-star potential. Good player for this league. Potentially regional first division. He's coming on loan from Cambridge City for the entire of this season. Then next up is Jody Johnson. He is a 18-year-old English right back, 2.5 stars current ability, 5-star potential. He's a good player for this league, potentially regional first division. He comes in on loan from Western Supermare, another decent team. Southern Premier League South. They're not fan around the South anymore. That's a little bit upsetting. Next up is Kieran Kinsey. He's a 17-year-old Welsh centre mid, 1.5 stars of current ability, 5-star potential. He's a good player for this league. Could improve a lot, which does excite me. He comes in on loan from Kettering for this season. Then last but not least is Harry Oliphant. He is a 25-year-old English right winger, 3 stars of current ability, 4.5-star potential. He's a leading player for this league, but potentially leading Counties League. He comes in on loan from Grantham for the entire of this season. Like I said, I did struggle, so I had to resort to using 5 loans. I think probably similar to last season, we'll probably get in a few more loans if we can't get in any free transfers. So at the moment, we have signed 10 players, which or 12 players. If you could ask me at the beginning of this episode, I will absolutely take that all day long. 12 players in a transfer window, not too bad. So at the moment, this is what the current squad looks like. Ignore this guy. I don't know what he's doing in the squad. Can we just get him out of here? Let's move him to the. He'll stay in there. We'll just ignore him. So the goalkeepers at the moment for this season, we've got Paul Brigg and Markovic. Probably Paul Brigg as the first choice, then Markovic as the backup. Maybe working his way towards being the first choice goalkeeper. Then centre backs, we've got Stringfellow, Flat. Stringfellow, Flat, and that's it. I thought we had more centre backs than that, but is not. We have only got 2 centre backs. This is going to be fun. Then left wingers, we've got not left wingers. Left backs, we've got Smith and Sims. Right backs, Smith again. That's going to be confusing if they play in the same game. So we've got Smith and Johnson. Obviously, I think Smith as the first choice, Jody Johnson as the backup. Then centre mids, we're actually pretty good in there. We've got Totzel, Niche, and Kinsey, so we can do one more centre mid. So that's going to be interesting. Then right wingers, we've got Spencer Moore and Harry Oliphant. Left wingers, Ollie Box and Aid Francis. Then in the middle, we've got Manny Shodaru and Elliot Sartorius. And our only striker at the moment is Ibi Olateju. So there is notable positions that we need strengthening, i.e. centre-back. We need at least 2 more centre-backs. We need, apart from, centre-backs, so we're good for defence. Another centre-mid. I think wingers and in the middle we're actually good. So it's just really 2 centre-backs, a midfielder, and a striker. Then that's probably done. Well, it's not done because we're in non-league. It's not done, but that's that being the full 23 man squad sorted. So yeah, still got plenty of time. Not plenty of time because the first game is literally coming up. So hopefully we'll have a couple more players joining us within the next couple episodes. Hopefully, but that being it, actually, let's take a look at the season preview. So we are actually predicted to finish second. Brookhouse predicted to finish first. Do we have anyone in the Media Dream 11? Spencer Moore is in the Media Dream 11. He's finally made it in there, but he is. So who actually... So then we've got 3 promoted teams, Wimbledon, Nap Hill and Hurst. And no relegated teams. Who the hell are Ash United? What league were they in last season? So did they get relegated or... No, they just moved leagues. That's weird. So there is a lot of teams that I'm not familiar that were in this league last season. Obviously, Ashton United being one of them. Also, Croydon, they weren't in this league last year. Obviously, they weren't relegated. And Chessington. And I think that's it. Obviously, no relegated teams. That's weird, but it must be like a geographical thing, I think. So, I think with that being it, I will see you all tomorrow, where we'll be playing our first games of the brand new season against Brook House and Chessington and Hook United. If you have enjoyed today's video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel for more Daily Football Manager videos, and thank you very much for watching.